Good afternoon, ladies. I think I need a little sound check here before we get rocking and rolling. How are you today?
Mic check. You got us?
I think
One,
we
two,
got
one, two.
1 2 1 2. I lost my muffs for my other center, so I'm gonna have to go with backup. Anyway, good afternoon. What's going on, Chanda?
Oh
Amber?
my gosh. Welcome to a very special couch surfing election special from The Dive.
Joining you from my lunch break.
You are so amazing. Amber literally built herself a studio next to her work and she's joining us.
Woohoo! Got your muffs back because I hate an engineer without his muffs.
His muffs. Oz just looks odd without his muffs.
I've got I don't have any sound. Let me turn on the sound, see if they work. Here we go. It's been audio hell today from the get-go.
Sounds good. They're saying in the chat.
I think it's Audio Hell month.
All right, cool. I have one.
Right.
It's when retrograde's over, you'll get your sound bunnies back.
I think I have one muff. Is that dirty? Did I say a dirty? Is muff? Is that dirty word? I don't know. It's not the
Just depends on the trim level.
So it's not the level of Keith Olbermann this morning, right? It's muff.
Yeah.
I can say muff. Okay, just curious.
Okay, so hey, chat. I see you guys. Everybody's like, oh, we thought you were going to be on the Convo Couch. We're being re-streamed over on the Convo Couch for their election special. So this is us contributing to their election day coverage.
Yeah.
Power to independent media.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's great. And I want to make a special shout out to the natural progressive, Christine. I apologize for the confusion here. We're not actually on the Convo Couch. We're being restreamed from our show to the Convo Couch. So that was the confusion. And I screwed up last night. I guess I misdirected everybody. We were going to have a show tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific. It's election night show. We hope Chris can make it. It's a little late for her. She's over in Utah. But we've got some people coming into the green room, and we're going to look at the shit show in real time. So that's where we're at. Again, so sorry, Chris. She got ready, and it's like, oh, my God. Sorry.
Yeah,
so
it's confusing.
I was
We've
just
got
going to
so
say,
many shows.
too, we won't have many results until about 8:15 here in Washington. The upper left, we're called.
Yeah, it's going to take a while for the results to roll in. And then, of course, tomorrow morning, we're going to do the Women's Wednesday. And I hear Graham Elwood and Chris, the Natural Progressive, are stopping by.
Yeah, I'm giving up camera
It
for...
wasn't Graham. I thought it was his alter ego.
Well, maybe
No,
maybe
Granny
it's
Gasoline,
Grammy
is that who it is?
Gasoline. Shave your knuckles for justice. I hope so. I'm giving up my camera for Graham and the ladies, so that will be great.
That'll be a good time.
Anyway, I guess we should start
Power to
rolling
grannies,
here.
man.
Power
Yeah.
to grannies.
Yeah.
Grannies against greed.
What do we got? We got a nice card here that Chanda made, and Chanda, take it away. Oz is going to shut up and keep everything pasted together.
We're couch surfing over at the Convo Couch. So welcome to all of the Convo Couch viewers that are meeting us for the first time. We are Uphill Media. We are The Dive. We have a bunch of different shows. I am the Accidental Activist, and I also guest host on Beauty and the Boomer every Saturday night with Oz here. And then Amber King, she has A Brave New Future, which is an amazing show.
And I was also going to say this is particularly fitting because at some point, California, we want David Crow and the Bernie Band back. And I'm
Yes.
sure he's probably near Pasta's couch.
Yes.
So I'm just going to let you know he belongs in my old
belongs to
LT,
us.
and we need his ass as a PCO.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
come home,
yeah.
David. Come home
David Crow belongs to us.
after today.
We want our stuff back, man. Come on.
Send back our Bernie band,
Yeah.
damn it. I see everybody's got their buttons on. I got my Bernie or bust, and don't blame me. I voted Bernie.
I got my Bernie skull on my shirt here. So.
Ah, nice.
So
I've got my Our Revolution and my whole Washington buttons on.
Oh,
and then, of course,
yay.
I brought this.
Yeah. Yay! Bernie beats Trump. Yay!
Bernie beats Trump.
Those are our graphic effects for the
Yeah, high tech today, are we?
Very high tech. Very high tech.
Don't ask me to see my Norwegian magic tricks. They're equally as poor.
Oh, that's funny. So you want to roll us into the first slide while I get signed into a few of our chats so I can say hey and give some shout outs?
Yeah, let me see if I can get some of the nanites off Amber's back there. There we go.
Yeah.
Get a couple of them.
I like to think of them as positive photons.
Positive
Positive
photons. They're not
photons, yeah.
nanites. They're going to take you over. What do we got? We got this one. This is
Oh,
just
well,
Wait.
just in, Pete Buttigieg has declared himself the winner of today's presidential election.
cool. I wouldn't want any things to change, What the hell?
Nothing like a rat fink
Yeah,
to call it out straight.
Yeah. And we got this. What's this about?
The awkward moment when people think the guy over here next to Trump is going to save them from this guy. And, most of us are down here in the green by Hawkins, of course. This is.
Did Fee tweeted this out? Did she? I think that's where I saw it from Fee.
I don't know. Fee's always doing mic drops. Are you kidding?
Oh
She does
my
the best stuff.
Yeah, she does. She does. We're not ingratiating you or anything, Fee.
No, not at all.
We just love you guys. So anyway, I brought a public service announcement that I wonder if anybody sounds familiar on this. I'm going to go.
Well,
ahead.
yeah, these are our friends across the pond or down under the pond, right? This is Australia.
Yeah, this is Juice.
Apparently, they got the same shit show we have.
Yeah, the Juice Media. So this is
From
gonna,
lockdown.
This is going to sound familiar to everybody. So I hope you enjoy it as much as we do. We love Juice Media, by the way.
Hello, I'm from the Australian Government. You know, the shit party.
And I'm from the Shit Light Party, your soon-to-be new Australian government.
Whatever, you cow.
Shut up, you mole.
And together we form
the two-party system.
Are you wondering whether to vote shit or shit light this election?
Do you think you need to vote for the lesser of two shits because voting for anyone else would help the shitter party to win?
Good. That means you have no clue how our voting system works.
Which is grouse for the coal, gas and mining lobbies that own both of us, because thanks to this, whatever the outcome of the election, they win.
The last thing we want you to understand is that, unlike these poor bastards, in Australia it's impossible to waste your vote.
Well, unless you draw a dick on your ballot.
That's because we have preferential voting.
Preferential voting allows you to vote for the candidate you really want.
And if your first choice doesn't win, your second choice is counted. And so on.
For example, let's say you really want to see serious action on the climate emergency so your kids won't inherit a waterless, fucked up, dead-ass planet. You could give your first preference to a not shit candidate.
One that isn't owned by these bastards and who'll fight to ensure your kids have a future rather than coal.
You can then put shit light after them.
And to ensure we don't get your vote, you could put us last. After all, that's where we always put you.
Sure, your first choice might not receive the majority required to win a seat, but that's okay. Since you put shit light after them, your vote will flow to us anyway, so it's no big loss.
Even if they don't win, they get these benefits thanks to your first preference vote.
But if enough of you do this, some of those not shit candidates will win some seats.
They would then become an MP and sit on the crossbench, allowing them to vote on proposals for new coal mines, oil drilling in the Bight, fracking the NT, and other planet-killing shitfuckery.
We try to scare you away from not shit candidates by telling you bullshit like, you're wasting your vote, and
you're helping the shit party win,
and they're not a party of government.
But that's just to distract you from the truth that the more not shit MPs you vote to the crossbench, the more we have to listen to you rather than our fossil fuel donors.
Thank fuck, most of you have no idea about this and will waste your vote in the only way possible in Australia.
By putting one of us first, instead of making your vote truly count with preferential voting.
Two-party system.
Making your government shit either way. Authorised by the Department for not teaching you this.
Yeah, that sounds about familiar.
Is it this way everywhere? Isn't it? Is it this way everywhere?
No,
What?
no, it's not, because there are some places that have had some wind. Amber, you know about this.
Oh, yeah. I hope you liked my other new sound effect as I crack a cold one here.
I thought you had beans or
A
something.
little early
lunch.
for that.
Gee.
No, it was my can of shit light I wanted to open.
Shit
so.
Can
light.
of shit light.
Shit light.
Oh, so does that mean you're voting Biden?
Oh my
Budget? No. No, I went for... I'm in Washington. What are you talking about?
Right, I know. Thank God we're not in a swing state.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
even if I wasn't in a swing state, I wouldn't have voted for Biden. Just to
Yeah.
put it out there.
Yeah.
When I said Bernie or bust, I meant it.
God. Yeah.
If people wanted to earn my vote, they earned my vote. If they didn't and they
Exactly.
didn't do the work, they didn't earn my vote. It's not a given. I am not that kind of loyalty. I'm a different kind of loyalty. I mean what I say and I say what I mean.
What a concept. Democracy. Earn the votes. do the right thing.
Keep fighting.
Right.
We have a super chat here.
Cheese man.
Aw, buddy.
Somebody
Uphill.
gonna read it?
Yeah, go ahead. You read it. You're running this thing.
Cheese Man, $5 from Cheese Man. Uphill all the way, fam. So cool you are collaborating. Thank you, Uphill Media and Convo Couch, for the honest coverage for real people today. Peace and lovey green earth.
Love it. Thank you, Cheese. Appreciate it. Again, they haven't started our stream over at Convo Couch yet. I'm assuming they're going to catch it and start it from the beginning. So, that's how we do it these days.
We're just gonna do our thing, and they're gonna use it and stream it. So
Yeah. Just give it away.
But I want to say I want to give some shout outs to our chat. They're slowly rolling in. We have Curious 1976 was the first one in. Always Awalski in Vermont. It's snowy day in Vermont. Who else do we got in here? Pat the Batman fan. Always Cheese Man, we love you. Melissa H. I hope you got a good night's rest last night. Sharyar, welcome. Franklin Wall Brown. Jordan Allen, glad to see you. So what do we got up here, Oz? This is Family Circus.
Wait a second. We got the natural progressive.
Natural Progressive.
She is in there, and she's not showing up on my feed. We are just having technical things from.
She just gave us a super chat.
Yeah, she gave us a super
Chris.
chat. There she is. Let me get her super chat up. Let's say hi to Chris.
We had so much fun this weekend, you guys.
Yeah, it was great.
Big fam.
Yeah.
Love you.
Yeah,
Yes.
Chris. And again, I apologize for my miscommunication. Amber and Chanda promised to beat the living shit out of me after the show for that. So
With the wet noodle. He
yeah,
gets 30 lashes with the wet noodle. But I do hope you'll come on tonight, Chris. We're going to have a all out, just hang out and watch it burn.
Yeah, and also in the morning, Chris, you and Graham and Chanda, and I don't know who the other ladies are going to be coming in, but
She'll be a dame
It's
of
a
doom.
surprise every week.
it's a surprise every week.
is.
It's a surprise every week anyway. Natural Progressive. We love our sister Chris. All right, what are we doing here? What's going on?
Next slide.
Next slide.
I'm fucking terrified. 538 is wrong.
What?
What?
What do you
Nate
mean?
Silver wrong? Nate
They're
Silver
never
will
wrong.
be wrong.
Jesus.
I don't even know where this garbage comes from.
Oh my God. The speculation.
Interest think tank.
Yeah, the special interest or the. Anyway, this morning's been crazy with all the speculation, and again, I have to kudos to Keith Olbermann for exposing himself as the piece of shit he is. We'll get into that tonight, by the way. We're going to do a Keith Olbermann report. So,
I love it when you go after the Neil.
Oh my God, what's this?
This was yesterday in history. So Debs would have won on this day in 1920. Socialist presidential candidate Eugene V. Debs won nearly 1 million votes after waging his campaign from a federal prison cell.
Oh wow!
Shout out to my Wobblies out there. I am a
Wobblies.
proud IWW card holder.
Didn't Wobblies wear different kinds of hats and stuff, or like moose ears, or am I having them confused with somebody?
Moose Ears is the Progressive Party, which I want to give a big shout out. I am voting for you, Dave Zuckerman. Your famous pig. I hope you get a big win for Governor Progressive Party of Vermont.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we have the little expose on Debs here.
Yeah,
right?
so this was the speech that actually got him thrown in prison and sentenced to 10 years. But as I was cutting this clip last night, I had multiple things running, and I swear to God, I thought I had Bernie running in the background somewhere. His cadence, Bernie took his cadence from Debs, and you can hear it if you just listen to how he speaks and the rhythm of his voice. I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, how come I never noticed that before?
All right, let's fire it up.
In September of 1915, Gene Debs gave his views of the war then raging in Europe.
I am not a capitalist soldier.
It's Bernie.
I am a proletarian revolutionist. I am opposed to every war but one. I am for that war with heart and soul, and that is the worldwide war of the social revolution. In that war, I am prepared to fight in any way the ruling class may make necessary, even to the barricades. That is where I stand, and where I believe the Socialist Party stands, or ought to stand, on the question of war.
In June of 1918, with American troops now fighting in Europe, Debs spoke to a socialist gathering in Canton, Ohio. In this, his most famous speech, he outlined the socialist opposition to the war and gave his unqualified support to the Russian Revolution, which had just taken place under the leadership of Lenin and Trotsky. This was also the speech for which he was sentenced to jail.
In the Middle Ages, the feudal lords and barons, the economic predecessors of the capitalists of our day, declared all wars, and their miserable serfs fought all the battles. The poor, ignorant serfs had been taught to revere their masters, to believe that when their masters declared war upon one another, it was their patriotic duty to fall upon each other and to cut one another's throats for the profit and glory of the lords and barons who held them in contempt. And that is war in a nutshell. It hasn't changed. The master class has always declared the wars. The subject class has always fought the battles. The master class has had all to gain and nothing to lose, while the subject class has had nothing to gain and all to lose, especially their lives. The ruling class has always taught and trained you to believe it to be your patriotic duty to go to war and to have yourself slaughtered at their command. But in all the history of the world, you, the people, have never had a voice in declaring war. And strange as it certainly appears, no war by any nation in any age has ever been declared by the people. And here let me emphasize the fact, and it cannot be repeated too often, that the working class who fight all the battles, the working class who make the supreme sacrifices, the working class who freely shed their blood and furnish the corpses, have never yet had a voice in either declaring war or making peace. It is the ruling class that invariably does both. They alone declare war, and they alone make peace. Yours not to reason why, yours but to do or die. This is their motto, and we object on the part of the awakening workers of this nation.
2 weeks after he gave his Canton, Ohio speech, Gene Debs was arrested and charged with violating the Espionage Act. 2 months later, he was tried, found guilty of the charges, and sentenced to 10 years in prison.
So they're saying that was Bernie. That was Bernie actually reading it. I believe that. I don't know if it says that on the card or not, but
Yeah, I think you were
A young Bernie.
Yeah, you're trying to
Yeah, it would be a
throw
young
us
Bernie.
off there. That's what you were doing, Shanda. Shame on you, man. Shame on you.
but I wouldn't doubt that Bernie did pick up a lot of his cadence.
Oh
from
yeah, no,
listening
absolutely, absolutely. I, this. Thanks for putting this format together. Again, everybody, we'll be. They're going to rip our stream over on Combo Couch when they get around to it. So you get the first run of this show, which is what we like for our peeps. We are going to move into what is this? The animal talking guy? Is that Dr. Doolittle?
It says me waiting to either laugh at conservatives if Trump loses because they're evil, or lecture liberals if Biden loses because he sucks. You can't stop me no matter who you are.
That is Ace Ventura, pet detective.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was Dr. Doolittle. Forgive me. I'm off on my genre here. Is this this is Richard, right? Richard
Wolf.
What do we got? What's he going to talk about here?
Well, capitalism's worst nightmare,
Oh my God! Same old, same old.
Economic
heard
update.
this.
Economic update. Here we go.
We are living through what really should be called capitalism's worst nightmare. What do I mean? Well, capitalism has a problem, as we've discussed on this program many times. It is an extremely unstable system. Everywhere where capitalism has settled, every 4 to 7 years on average, it has an economic downturn. Millions of people lose their job, thousands of businesses collapse, cities and towns don't have the revenue or the government to help us at a time when we especially need it. It's a disaster. It's very, very unstable. We've had 3 so far in this century, 1 every 6.5 years on average in this century, so we're right on target with the history. That's bad enough, but the worst nightmare comes in when capitalism has to worry that there might be a coincidence in time between one of these recurring periodic downturns and some sort of non-economic crisis. If that were to happen at the same time, it's your worst nightmare. What do I mean? Well, you could have a war at the same time that your economy tanks. Or you could have a climatic disaster, a spectacular flood, a spectacular drought. And all of these things have happened. And there's another kind of non-economic crisis you could have, a health disaster, like a viral pandemic. That's why we're in capitalism's worst nightmare, because we have as bad an economic downturn as we've ever had, on a par with the Great Depression of the 1930s, and at the same time, a global health catastrophe, the COVID-19 virus. So let's be clear that we are going through something spectacular.
I hate to break it to you guys, but capitalism might
Spectacular.
not be a bad thing or good thing. Capitalism might be bad.
What? I've never heard this. Tell me more. Capitalism's what brought us the great U to the S of the A.
Oh, yeah.
What makes that so cool is Amber's like one of those Japanese movies where the voice catches up with her shortly. So just I love it. I think the internets are overloaded today. So
Yeah, mine's been really glitchy
bear
and
with
dropping
us.
all day.
Yeah, if we get through this in one piece, we're going to be happy. We're going to queue up again for tonight at 7 p.m. For an election night watch. So, join us then. You've brought another meme. What is this?
Well, this is the White House right now.
What, a plywood? What
They
is it?
constructed these new climb-resistant walls, to protect Trump.
I was hoping there were high tunnels for
Right.
growing our next marijuana farm.
Cool.
14 ballots 14 states across the country are voting on marijuana reform.
Yay.
Yes, and I think it's going to win.
I do too.
Yeah, no, that's
And the
fantastic.
fight for 15 and Florida, even though they need, right to work state, they need about 25 like we do here to survive.
Exactly.
Right on. Yeah. We just got informed that we are now live on the Convo couch. Thank you, Pasta.
Yay.
Anyway, thanks, guys. We just love being on our Sister and Brothers Network. We're just going to continue where we're going because my brain will break if I try anything different. What is this?
Right. So this is a report from Snowden. Apparently, Snowden's going to be a father, and this is going to cause him some complications with everything that has been done to him, especially by the Biden administration, by Biden himself and Kerry and the Democrats.
All right.
Edward Snowden, the American whistleblower who fled the country after his massive leak of classified intelligence files in 2013, says he's applying for Russian citizenship now to avoid separation from his son. Snowden's wife Lindsay is pregnant and expecting to give birth next month, according to local media. The two want Russian passports. Writing on Twitter, Snowden cited border closures and ongoing public safety concerns as influencing his decision. He added, "Lindsay and I will remain Americans, raising our son with all the values of the America we love, including the freedom to speak his mind." 7 years ago, Snowden was working as a contractor for the US National Security Agency when he revealed files showing vast domestic and international surveillance operations. Ever since, US authorities have wanted him returned to face a criminal trial on espionage charges. Russia has already granted Snowden permanent residency rights, and back in August, US President Donald Trump said he was considering a pardon for him.
Yeah, right. Do you believe that? I don't believe that for a second. That was just Trump blowing hot air like he always does.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I do, though, believe that he would be closer to pardoning from a Trump administration than a Biden administration.
I agree.
Hot heartbeat.
Yeah,
But the military-industrial complex will never let that happen because that's who he spanked when he released what he released.
Absolutely.
Oh, I hear some. I hear us.
I hear us. The sound's fluctuating a little bit, so let's press on. while we're
Yeah.
here. What are you trying to?
Nothing new.
Nothing new. Yeah. Now I'm clipping. Here, let me get that back down. Get that back up. What are you trying to do here? You scaring? Halloween was Saturday. What the hell?
I'm sorry, you can't handle the truth.
I can't handle the truth. What is that? Is that like skull? And is
I don't know, but it's creepy. That actually was the cover photo for one of Caitlin Johnstone's very last articles, which was an excellent read. So,
great.
my reminder to myself to tell you to go read some Caitlin Johnstone.
God, I
Damn
want
straight.
And I freak out when I see the Virgin Mary in my toast. What the hell? This
What kind of toaster you got, man?
It's obviously it's a Catholic toaster.
Obviously a
Come
Catholic
on,
toaster.
really?
Well, he's a Catholic too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cray. Anyway, I brought some news. Jimmy's bringing us some news here. It's the same old story, same old song and dance. The FEC is just trying to kill net neutrality, even after they've already killed it. So let's hear what he got to say.
Yeah, isn't it dead?
How else is 5G
So guess what?
gonna make it?
They did. The FCC did one more time before the election. They reaffirmed repealing net neutrality. So net neutrality, that thing that is essential, they got rid of it under Trump, and they just voted to get rid of it again. FCC reconfirms Title II repeal, says no changes needed despite a court remand. The FCC voted along party lines in 2017 to repeal the rules prohibiting broadband companies from blocking, throttling, or prioritizing certain websites, rolling back net neutrality regulations. The 2015 net neutrality rules barred internet service providers from blocking or slowing internet content or offering paid fast lanes. Under President Donald Trump, the 2017 FCC order granted ISPs, that's internet providers, sweeping powers to control how Americans use the internet. It is patently obvious to all but the most devoted members of net neutrality cult that the case against the net neutrality repeal was a sham, said Chairman Ajit Pai. So let me break. What he's saying is that if you are for net neutrality, which is that thing we all should be for, you're in some kind of crazy cult. That's what Ajit Pai is saying.
Wouldn't be the first one I've been accused of being in. Right?
That's what he's saying. And they reconfirmed that they're going to repeal net neutrality. So what they did was they just reconfirmed that we are a horrible and awful government.
Yeah.
We are working against our own people.
Yeah.
That's what this confirms. Yeah. Hey, by the way, many Americans still don't have internet access, and Congress could help.
Well,
They should, but they won't.
By the way, by a cult, the people who are for net neutrality, he calls us a cult. He means, by cult, he means people who understand the internet should be treated as a utility.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bingo.
Utility.
Bingo. I'll cut it there. I didn't have a cut on that. But yeah, I mean, it's just
I
they're
agree.
burning us down again, We have no representation in our current government. Whether you think you do or not. And guess what? You're still not going to have any no matter who gets voted in. So, happy day. Merry Christmas.
Bingo.
Happy birthday. You're screwed. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that reminder. And I know some of our friends out there are really big on this. And that's just crazy. I hope everybody.
I want to give a shout out to Dingo on our channel because I'm with him on the Shrooms Toast. But also Cheese did another 5 over on the Convo couch.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
so appreciate it.
Yeah. So you guys I appreciate that. Somebody's monitoring the Convo couch for us. I hope, because I can't look at 340.
Franklin, if you hear my voice, please get over to the Convo couch and monitor the chat.
Yeah, I can't. I've only got 2 eyes and I've got 10 monitors, and it really hurts. Really hurts. Really hurts. What is this? Unsolved
Get your
mystery?
Fly AI installed soon.
Yeah, I know.
we will.
Just put a chip in my head. You've already got one in my smartphone, so just cut to the chase,
Cut to the chase. They will eventually.
Yeah. What is this?
So this is tonight on Unsolved Mysteries, why everyone bitches about corrupt politicians but keeps voting for the same two-party system anyways.
Oh, gee. Really? That's going to be
It's
great.
an unsolved mystery. We don't understand how the problem can't be fixed if we just keep voting for these two parties.
So we're supposed to vote for Biden when his party rigged 2 elections. And
Two primaries. Yeah, exactly.
2 primary, at least. Not to mention
That's just in our adult life.
in our adult life. Okay, that's fine, no problem. But Trump, I understand.
Trump.
I understand. Here we go. Mars is a free planet. So,
Okay, so the people that are joining us from the Convo Couch know we have different formats for all the shows that we do. You're watching The Dive, which is the Daily Dive, where we kind of scour the internet for all the progressive stories and information that we can find. This is kind of a weird one. This is about Elon Musk taking over Mars.
oh my God, we covered this recently too.
No, that was when he wants to drill for gold on asteroids. This, he wants to satellite Mars and then control it.
All right, so it's kind of Armageddon goes to Mars. I get it.
Yeah.
SpaceX is getting ready to roll out a beta version of its Starlink consumer internet service. If you haven't noticed, they've been shooting up little satellites in batches, like 60 at a time. There's hundreds of them already up there orbiting the planet, and the plan is to have many more, and they will all work together to provide a very solid, very stable internet for the whole planet. SpaceX also intends to build a similar network around the moon as well as Mars, where SpaceX founder Elon Musk has announced his intention to build a self-sufficient city. So, the Starlink system will provide this Martian city with their internet too, just as the one back here on Earth will do. However, there's a big difference laid out between the two in the company's beta version of their terms of service. Under the section called Governing Laws, SpaceX lays out that for any Starlink service around Earth or the Moon, the company will recognize and abide by laws set by the state of California. However, on Mars or aboard any spacecraft heading toward the Red Planet, SpaceX will not recognize any Earth-based government's authority or sovereignty. This is what the terms of service actually says. For services provided on Mars or in transit to Mars via Starship or other colonization spacecraft, the parties recognize Mars as a free planet and that no Earth-based government has authority or sovereignty over Martian activities. Accordingly, disputes will be settled through self-governing principles established in good faith at the time of Martian settlement. Okay. So in other words, Musk's Martian city will not recognize any laws on Earth, but will rather make up their own. Musk says that's because there's always the possibility that something happens back on Earth, like climate change or World War III or whatever, that cuts off communication between the two planets. Similarly, something could go wrong on Mars that cuts it off from Earth too. Hell, they could encounter life forms out there that we've never even dreamed about that could easily require new laws to govern. In any event, Musk believes the Martian settlement will need to be self-reliant and beholden to no laws or rules from a planet so far away that has nothing to do with them anymore. So, that's why his Mars colony will be making up their own laws, which honestly makes perfect sense to me. Who knows if it'll be a better legal framework than the one that's here, or it'll be even crazier, who knows? But since Musk intends on sending the first humans to Mars as early as 2024, we all might live long enough to find out.
Who's going to go to Mars and be a slave for Musk?
You know, I've seen Total Recall myself. I'm good. I mean, I guess the Tesla is probably close. And I guess if it's still playing David Bowie on repeat.
Yeah, right.
Think about it, but that's about it.
Yeah, so he gets his own laws on Mars.
Over on Convo Couch, Silence is Violence, Go Vegan says, hey, Uphill Media, do you guys watch Mystery Science Theater? Because this is what reminds me of that show, Laugh Out Loud. Yeah, we do. We're trying to bring a little humor into today's nightmarish reality. So any suggestions, too, we're open to that. I'm sorry, I cut you off, Amber. Go right ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, first point was we love Mystery Science Theater 3000, and we're working on some voiceover shows.
Yeah, we are.
But also, one of the things that got kind of glossed over, highlight of 2020, is we signed a deal to be able to mine the moon. Yeah. That was by executive order from man in charge, Mr. Trump. And so, Mars is just far out there enough that they can't legislate it yet, but they're working on it.
Yeah. They'll have it legislated before we actually even get there, I'm sure.
Did you know that one of the elements that they want to mine out of the moon is helium?
Helium. They're having a hard time with helium here on the Earth.
Yeah,
I don't know
like
how the
running
dollar
out,
store
baby.
keeps selling balloons.
Yeah, they need that helium to do their science projects. So
Science projects.
really a big deal. So anyway, that was a great report. Thank you there, Chanda. I love it.
Always finding you the
right.
weirdest stuff I can find. The Resident's pretty cool. She's been around for a long time.
Well,
I followed
yeah,
her for many
yeah.
years.
We know that Elon Musk he wants to be the Wild West days. The ones with the biggest guns and all the toys win. So anyway, got a nice. This is nice.
The lesser evil paves the way to the greater evil. It is not opposition to it. It makes way for it.
That looks like Jill Stein.
That is Jill Stein.
Wow,
I remember
cool.
her, man.
Cool. All right, we are at 37 after the hour. What do we have here right now?
So I normally bring a weather report to the dive, but today I didn't bring weather. I decided I would bring you a clip of a meteorologist kind of lying and playing it up for the cameras to make it, a little bit more sensational. This is in New Orleans for was it Zeta? The Hurricane Zeta, that hit a tropical storm. I think it was a tropical storm.
Tropical storm. So they're going to do the dance as long as it's not from Turkey because they block us when we bring weather news from Turkey.
I got dinged.
Yeah, we Turkey and Japan too, I think. So anyway, let's watch.
Tropical storms making landfall here in the U.S. Now this is the fifth named system making landfall just here in the state of Louisiana. The 11th across the U.S. here, just this hurricane season. And we're still dealing with some more as well. So some people have tried to venture out.
We think. Again, that's our Paul Goodlow out there on Canal Street. He's in downtown New Orleans. Then you're looking north side up at Lake Pontchartrain there. We're going to get back to Paul here in a little bit. Give the guy a breather.
Was this acting?
Yeah.
Acting 101.
The rock climber by trade.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah. So
I just think those are funny when they get caught doing that.
that's what they call method acting. I enjoy that, and it's
can't trust anything.
No,
not
you
even the
can't.
weather.
It goes along with their method lying that the mass media has been paid to pump out there. So I think
sensationalize everything. That has
Everything.
been the motto since CNN
Everything.
was launched,
Yeah,
and that's part of the problem with why we can't get any real fucking news anymore.
Yeah.
There's actually quite a bit of methodology in weather reporting and meteorology in general. I would highly advise all of you to go to your local university and look up and read some of the syllabuses of your meteorology courses and read the course load and read what they're teaching them. And you will never ignore somebody talking about chemtrails ever again.
Yeah.
Is HARP 101 on there?
Yeah.
No, you have to buy the DARPA package for that.
Damn it, you got to get the DARPA combo.
Yeah.
It's there. They're really busy with Operation Warp Speed at the moment and working on our election integrity. So no worries.
Does that come with free mimosa and breadsticks, or is it just
Always
endless salad?
Endless salad? Oh my God, I gotta have some of that as long as it doesn't have listeria in it.
Sizzler went out of business years ago.
Sizzler, I remember them. Didn't they sell like steak or horse meat or something like that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Melissa from our chat has a comment here. I think it's very worthy. Melissa's always so funny. One of these days, a weather guy is going to be standing there and a huge sign will blow by and take him out in a real storm. Yeah, that's what he's going to get for pulling that crap, Melissa. We're all with you on that. What do you have here? Is this... Oh my God!
Oh, this is Beto O'Rourke. Beto said this morning, "I'll drop nudes if Texas goes blue."
Oh God, I'm waiting with
please
bated
don't,
breath.
Is all I'm saying. We've already got the imprint of Hunter Biden's junk on us. We don't need Beto's junk, but the aerial view of Trump's rally says that that's not a possibility.
Oh my God! Like I said, I'm waiting with Beto breath. I can't. I can't. That was terrible. You guys can beat me one for that too. So anyway,
that was terrible.
That was terrible. Now here's our friend.
Okay, so one of the things we love about what we do here at Uphill Media is we really embrace our brothers and sisters in independent media, and with so much censorship and suppression going on of independent material, especially on the left, on our side, if you're not following Black Bear News, he's amazing. Kevin is very environmental focused. I mean, you want to know what's going on with the environment, tune into Black Bear News, and he has a great take on win or lose tonight.
It's being framed, and a lot of other climate aware people are framing it like this, that like if Trump gets reelected, that it's game over for the planet. And let me just, dispel that notion, or try and help you dispel that notion.
That's his mic.
In your mind, or in anybody else's mind. Like, look, if Biden gets elected president, it's going to be slightly better for the planet, but it's not, there's no like game over situation. It's already game over. Many people already understand this. Guy McPherson has already said it's game over for the planet. So many other people are starting to come to the understanding that it's game over. It's already been game over for the planet. I believe on many levels, just on an information level, that it's most likely game over for the planet. I still think that we should try, and I would like to see some kind of organized attempt at compassionate degrowth go on in the world, and that's what I think should happen, and that's what I hope will happen, and that's what I would support happening. Do I think it's actually going to happen, or will it happen quickly enough to save the planet? I don't have a lot of hope in that.
Yeah, that was his mic. He's been plagued with audio problems just like the rest of us during this Mercury retrograde. I think it's our plight. But I backed this up with a Chris Hedges little clip out of a speech that I came across the other day.
Love Chris.
We love Chris.
Even if we fail, is to succeed. We must become a threat to the security and surveillance state and its corporate overlords, and we cannot become a threat if we do not engage in actions that actively obstruct power. The Turkish poet Nazim Hikmet, who spent most of his adult life in prison or in exile, knew something of despair. But he knew something too of resistance, of that rebellious spirit which must define us in times of oppression if we are to remain fully human. Any act of resistance, large or small, he wrote from inside his prison cell, is its own eternal triumph. Any act of resistance lights up the night sky to remind us why we were created. Hikmet captured this in his poem on living. Living is no laughing matter. You must live with great seriousness. Like a squirrel, for example. I mean, without looking for something beyond and above living. I mean, living must be your whole occupation. Living is no laughing matter. You must take it seriously, so much so, and to such a degree that, for example, your hands tied behind your back to the wall, or else in a laboratory in your white coat and safety glasses, you can die for people, even for people whose faces you've never seen. Even though you know living is the most real, the most beautiful thing. I mean, you must take living so seriously that even at 70, for example, you'll plant olive trees, and not for your children either, but because although you fear death, you don't believe it, because living, I mean, weighs heavier. Let's say we're seriously ill, need surgery, which is to say we might not get up from the white table. Even though it's impossible not to feel sad about going a little too soon, we'll still laugh at the jokes being told. We'll look out the window to see if it's raining, or wait anxiously for the latest newscast. Let's say we're at the front for something worth fighting for, say. There, in the first offensive, on that very day, we might fall on our face dead. We'll know this with a curious anger, but we'll still worry ourselves to death about the outcome of the war which could last years. Let's say we're in prison and close to 50, and we have 18 more years, say, before the iron doors will open. We'll still live with the outside, with its people and animals, struggle and wind. I mean, with the outside beyond the walls. I mean, however and wherever we are, we must live as if we will never die. This earth will grow cold, a star among stars, and one of the smallest, a gilded mote on blue velvet. I mean this, our great earth. This earth will grow cold one day, not like a block of ice or a dead cloud even, but like an empty walnut, it will roll along in pitch black space. You must grieve for this right now. You have to feel this sorrow now, for the world must be loved this much if you're going to say, I live.
You know, honest to God, you know, I've heard so many definitions by the left and the right. No, excuse me, not the left, by the Democrats and the Republicans of what being an adult actually is. That's what's being adult right there. Everybody who's watching this presentation and understanding what Chris Hedges is saying, you're being an adult, because we've got to take this news to our heart. This is the future we face. And if we stand a chance in hell of making things a little bit better, we better get out there and do it now. Voting for Biden ain't the way to do it.
No, voting for Biden isn't going to fix anything, change anything. I love these last two messages because it's about acceptance. It's about understanding truly where we are at this moment in history, what we're going to face, and accepting it. Because if you don't accept it, then you can't fight the way we need to fight.
Well, and I want to say, I mean, I am such a huge literary fan of Chris Hedges to begin with. Words, but look at that room. Look at the average age of the room he was speaking to.
I was shocked by that room too. Yeah.
So I implore all of you to go find your Chris Hedges bedtime story, read it to your grandchildren, read it to the kids. We need to take this type of message and this type of understanding to a much younger audience. We don't have time to wait until we're in our octogenarian, lecture series years. We need to make sure our youth understand that we have these realizations and we're ready to make action of it today.
Absolutely. I love that message. I just thought that was perfect for today.
Yeah. Beautiful. And I mean, it's a little dark, everyone,
It is dark, but today's
a
dark
day. Sunshine and roses here, babies. We got work to do. And, I know I'm active in my area and fighting what I call the chemical cartel.
Yeah.
And that happens in your local doctor's office, your local, pharmacy down the street. And it also happens in the same way in large chemical companies and oil and gas companies and multinational companies. It's no different. And pretending there's a big difference in any of it is our first mistake.
Exactly.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And we're right on schedule here. We're going to end in an hour, but we have some breaking news brought to us from D-Space over on the Convo Couch Chats. BitChute has been deplatformed today. So one more bites the dust. I heard Ron Placone got demonetized yesterday or the day before. Our days are numbered. They really are. We're going to have to find platforms we can get out. We hope everybody, Convo Couch, all of our social media, will band together to fight this overlord takeover of freedom of speech and our democracy.
Yep.
So that's where we're
that's
at.
shocking, but not shocking, because I was over there setting up an account not too long ago, and it's very deep red over there. That's all I can say. So this is our New York Slimes Wipey Award. Oz, do you want to explain to the audience what our Wipey Award is?
Yeah, the Wipey Award, we can't think of a better award to give anybody that's from the New York Slimes, because that's where that newspaper belongs, is on a toilet paper roll. So it's with great honor that we present our Wipey Award here today. Chanda, drum roll, drum roll. That is...
When is this? Ben Hawk. Ben Hawk's a friend of mine on Facebook. He is very outspoken, populist progressive, and he says if Biden loses, the Democratic establishment will blame Bernie, even though he did more for Biden than all of the other candidates combined. Mofos should be grateful. And Bernie had tweeted out, during the course of this campaign, we have held 19 virtual rallies in battleground states, 11 virtual rallies with young people and workers and Latino communities, climate change activists, and criminal justice activists. So Bernie has actually been out there doing more than Biden, which is not shocking. We saw that in 2016 with Hillary, too.
And he didn't even have to bring his body double to hold those rallies.
The body double.
I
mean,
I
come
covered that
on.
yesterday.
Yeah, that's what was that. Kamala Harris brought her Kamala point 2.0. Is that what that was?
Yeah, it's not clear if the Democrats pushed her out there or if the Republicans were trying to pull a stunt and make it look like the Democrats. It's not clear, but there was definitely a body double.
Yeah, I'm going to say it was the Republicans with the stretch limo because that's how their brains work.
I don't know, because I do call them limousine libs for a reason.
Yeah, well, that's true. You got me there. What is this, Chanda?
This is how the fuck does American tax unemployment benefits and not Jeff Bezos?
Oh, what the
Well,
hell?
I can tell you here in the Emerald City of Seattle that if we taxed Jeff Bezos like the state was supposed to last year, he could have paid everybody's unemployment, everybody's federal income taxes, and our state education budget in a quarter of the money that would take just to tax his personal wealth.
No, he's busy spending his money and time going after the socialist city council member, Shama Sawant. You know, I sat down with her a couple of weeks ago, and they literally are waging another campaign, this time to have her recalled. So check out the Kashama Solidarity Campaign on Facebook.
So, Amber, is this where payroll tax credits works for people like Jeff Bezos and the people who don't even have a goddamn job that can get a tax credit won't work for them?
Absolutely.
Oh my
Well,
god!
you get taxed twice too. Don't forget
Oh, yeah.
you're paying taxes twice on that money.
We get
And the other thing too is, you know, it's the end of the year, and so remember that stimulus money that you did actually get, or some of you maybe possibly, that's going to come back out of your next year's taxes. So when you're
That wasn't
really
free money.
fucked in April, you're really going to be owing money when you're used to getting, you know, I don't know about you, but that money was put towards, you know, my utility bills after a long, deep winter.
Right.
Can you do?
And here we go into another one.
Can you do my taxes for me, Amber?
I know. I
Please?
was thinking about
Extra
calling Amber to do
charge.
mine
Extra
too.
charge.
Al does
That's
mine.
fine. I'll pay you. You're gonna have to do them because I never make enough money to pay taxes. But I'm sure that $1,200 is going to put me over the top.
Oh, it might. It might. Yeah.
Yeah, it might.
Yeah.
It just might.
Might have
And
been
I
a
don't. I
plan
don't
all
want to lose
along.
my house over that. This is something special that we've been doing, and this is Shanda's creation. Explain this.
So for a long time, Fee would win our New York Times White Bee Award almost every day because she's tweeting out amazing things. I'm so impressed with Fiorella Isabella. So finally, I just created a new segment a couple of weeks ago called Fee Says, because Fee always has something great to say. Our viewers love it. And today's Fee Says is Americans like pretending fascism started with Trump because it relieves them from responsibility of not noticing it happened for decades. And the reason we have Trump is because too many were asleep during Obama's neo-lib presidency. Many simply want to go back to bed. And that's just it. They want to be able to go to brunch tomorrow and know that Trump's not in the White House. But that doesn't fix any of the systemic problems that our people are facing.
Absolutely. I just wanted to take a moment out of our chat. Melissa H. says many people will be getting refunds anyway because they didn't get paid for 2 to 6 months. But the problem is if they got any unemployment, they're taxed on that as income. And most people weren't getting enough unemployment, so they may have not paid the income tax on it. But the problem is when you have a large gap in employment like that, you're not putting enough into the system to get what you normally expect out of it the following year. Because poor people, as you know, like myself, who file their taxes January 31st, as soon as you have all of your income
Right,
information.
me too.
Versus, the wealthy who are able to, file extensions and delay and delay and delay until the end of the year and pay in October. So the difference in that is that you're not putting in at the same rate that you're expecting to get out of it. And then you got the $1,200. So you were given your refund this spring.
Basically, for a lot of people, that's what it's going to work out to. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
I mean,
I may
I know
owe.
it will for me.
Yeah.
I'll probably
I
end up
don't know.
owing because of it. Yeah.
That's all right. I can eat weeds. My wife's good at making weed.
Yeah, we
weed
got
burgers.
dandelions.
Yeah.
I let the dandelions go to seed this year. So
Anyway, that's about our show today, and I want to thank Amber King and Chanda Masta for allowing me to stink up the room with them today. I appreciate it. And a big thanks to Convo Couch for letting us fill in while they go powder their nose or have some lunch or take a break. They're doing a great job. Convo Couch, you are the press. If you win with your message, we win at Uphill Media and Roar Media Live. Thank you so much, ladies.
And we want David Crow back off. Thanks for letting us couch surf.
And by the way, just send fee back with David Crow and Johnny
please
Sue.
send pack fee up. Send
Pack
it up.
Fee and Johnny Sue and Tosta, you can come too. So we would love to have Convo
somebody to
Couch
cook.
up here in Washington State. So there you go, guys. We're gonna go out with what do we got? This
Okay,
is,
so there should be two clips. Okay, so this is Abby the Spoon Lady. Now, Abby has traveled the country on rail for many, many years. She finally settled in Tennessee Nashville as a street performer. She plays spoons. She taught herself how to play spoons. So this is just a short message from Abby, and then we're going to go into a song from Abby.
And I used to hang out with Artist the Spoon Man, so I think he's
Oh yeah,
in your
she
neck of
learned
the
from
woods
him.
now.
She actually learned from him, so she's kind of his protege.
oh my God, I've been trying to bend a spoon ever since I was a little kid, and this is going to impress me. I know. Here we go.
I was a little turned off on a few things. I spent a lot of my time traveling from place to place, meaning, I was pretty much homeless. And homeless by choice, given that at the time maybe I felt like I didn't have a choice. But, looking back, I totally had a choice. And a lot of the things that I've been seeing on Facebook, I've just been catching full threads about that just seem to be, people just kind of hating on homeless people in general, poor people. And I don't want to go down this finger pointing shame thing, but folks, you need to be careful about what you're saying here. Because we're about to go through a lot of stuff we have been, we still are, we will be going through a lot of stuff having to do with, people losing their jobs, people losing their homes, a lot of more people on the street. We need to remember that everybody is out doing different things for different reasons. People are out on the street for different reasons. People are doing whatever job they're doing for different reasons. People believe what they believe for different reasons. And not everybody fits under some umbrella, especially when it comes to people that are homeless.
I don't have another clip.
No, there should be it's the next song, the closing song.
And
So I love Abby's message. I'm going to start bringing a lot more info about Abby and what she's doing because she is fighting to save the street performers communities throughout the country. And it's so important right now with so many people being homeless. A lot of them rely on their performances that they give during the day on the streets. And these ordinances to push them out of cities, we're going to talk about that. So tune into the dive and check up on the Spoon Lady. Oh, my Russian friends have joined me.
Comrades. Hey, everybody, get out there and vote. But vote for who you want, right? Right, Comrade Amber? All right. Das Vidanya. Here we go. This is Chris Ridge's Abby the Spoon Lady. Wake up. Thanks again, Convo Couch. Everybody in chat, stick around. Convo Couch will be right up after this. And have a great election day if you can. Bye-bye.
throw this, and then we'll play a song. Let go, Willie. Come on. Ooh.
Throw back in my bed. I wake up with that blues on mama. I just throw back in my bed. I don't wanna think about all them troubles flowing down my head. I'm feeling, I ain't got one nice thing to say. I'm feeling. I'm asking God for forgiveness, better get down on the knees and pray. Well, my rider, she done left me, took my world for the spin. Well, my rider, she done left me, took my world for the spin. If I fall back down in love, well, the same thing gotta happen again. I got kicked out of my home the first thing on Christmas Day. I got kicked out of my home the first thing on Christmas Day. I had no job, had no money, and I had no other place to stay. Well, now some say it's a feeling, I think it's a doggone curse. Some say it's a feeling, I think it's a doggone curse. I wake up, that blues on mama, it gets baggy, then it gets worse. I wake up, that blues on mama, and I just roll back in my bed. I wake up, that blues on mama, and I just roll back in my bed. 'Cause I don't wanna think about all them troubles flowing down my head. 'Cause I don't wanna think about all them troubles flowing down my head. 'Cause I don't wanna think about all them troubles